Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tax Deductible Gamer. As always, I'm your host, Daniel Dennis, and this week I'm joined by local Brisbane comedian and good friend, the lovely Meg Jäger. Hello, Meg.
Thank you, Dan. You didn't have to lie to everybody. I'm not lovely.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say that we're not close friends. I was like, oh, okay.
I would never stoop that low.
You would never say it on a recorded audio platform.
No. Just online.
That's good. That's a good place to do it, really. Where screenshots where people can take screenshots.
Yes.
How are you today in Wednesday of the week with no days?
With no days. I am surviving. I am thriving. It's hay fever season, and I have a lot of nasal congestion, which is the perfect time to have nasal congestion. Given the Omicron variant.
Yeah. Now, do you just want to give anyone like a bit of a feedback or a bit of a download on what Omicron is in case they're listening in the future?
Yes.
In case like a history class in the future uses this.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Omicron is the new Transformer. It starts off as a Suzuki Swift, and then it transforms into a virus that gives people nasal congestion and dry coughs and makes people quarantine for up to 14 days. Yeah,
definitely. The worst part of all is that, it means you can't hug your grandparents if you have a conscience, Yeah. I'm glad that we all thought Omicron sounds like a Transformers villain.
Yeah. I was just the first to say it.
You were just the first. You beat me to it. Time to delete that note from my Google Doc. And that's good. I'm sorry to hear about your nasal congestion.
Thank you.
If it helps, it doesn't show.
Thank you.
And just in the audio, it doesn't sound like there's any nasal congestion. It sounds like you're doing it. You got like some free flowing nostrils at the moment.
Yeah. Well, that's the good thing about having nasal congestion. This is the time to write a country music album. Like, I sound so sexy right now. And everyone's like, that's just what she sounds like. Mm-mm.
No way. No way. What would your country music album be about?
Something like titties. Mine. My titties, my life, something like that. Something really pensive and reflective.
Yeah, something that really shows like the deeper part of you.
Yeah, the many facets of my soul.
Yeah, you were multifaceted.
Yes.
But no, that's good. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you say that on a podcast.
That's what I wanted to say. I have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, on the car ride over, you're like, I don't know what this video game podcast is about, but I will mention my titties.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, but my titties work harder.
Yeah.
To make it on a local podcast.
That's good. Well, all the prayers have paid off. No, so I brought you on here today to the Tax Deductible Gamer, the only podcast here, the only podcast around that is quite open about the fact that it's just a tax scheme.
Yeah.
To chat video games. So Meg,
cool.
Big question.
When
did you first consider yourself to be a gamer?
Probably the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
When you asked me if I'd ever played a video game, and I listed about 6 video games, and you were like, "Oh, that's a lot." And I thought, my God, this whole time I've been a gamer girl.
You've been a gamer girl. You could have been wearing cat ears this entire time.
Yeah. But I think the first time I consider myself a gamer, so I have older brothers, not like other girls, and grew up with the Nintendo 64. And you know how Super Smash Brothers?
Yeah, just the way that you said that and phrased that sound like you said it in the way that most people were like, oh yeah, I grew up with a dog.
Right.
Yeah, but you're like, yeah.
Sorry, everybody. I actually grew up really rich.
Yeah, I grew up with like a Nintendo 64. That was like the family pet. We took it for walks.
Sorry, you're right. I forget that other people are poor. Yes. So grew up with a Nintendo 64. And you know how Super Smash Brothers, you can do the solo?
Yes.
The
solo campaign stuff, yep.
Not a word of a lie, when I was 5, I would always do the solo quest. And I would just fucking own it, whatever character I played. And then I discovered one time that another thing, my brother would always play the characters I was versing in the solo rounds. And I know what you're thinking, that doesn't work like that. And then I discovered that my controller wasn't plugged in. And so Alex, my older brother, was pretending to be the villains that I was versing, and I was beating them because I was 5 and I obviously didn't have like fine motor skills to be fucking awesome at Super Smash Brothers. But like, sorry, I say that I discovered that when I was 5, but I actually discovered that a couple of years ago.
Oh God.
And so, yeah, when I was 5, I was like, I am the tits
at Super Smash Brothers. Yeah.
Nintendo 64, Super Smash Brothers. I own this town.
Yeah. But no, it was just a kind older brother.
It's just a kind older brother.
Then you think you own this town.
But like, imagine if he didn't do that. Maybe I wouldn't have been such a cunt in school. You know, like
Please explain.
I was so
Wait,
entitled.
Is this when you were a student or when you were a teacher?
Great question. It's one and the same. Like, I was really entitled in school, and I was like, I am so good at everything I ever try.
Yeah. Oh, okay. One of those kids.
Yeah. It's like when I didn't make the dance troupe, I was like, okay, y'all are blind.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I have too much talent to be in this primary school dance troupe.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the school that had a dance troupe? What did you do for dance? I mean, beyond dancing,
like pirouettes and stuff.
Oh, cool. or the big one dance
all the
types.
big, just rich people stuff. You wouldn't get it. You didn't have a Nintendo 64.
Meg, I hate to break it to you, but I did have a Nintendo 64.
What the fuck? Here I was, thinking I was the only one.
No, yeah, a lot of people had Nintendo 64s. I didn't get mine till much later. I think we would have been playing Nintendo 64 around the same timeline.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you get yours?
Like 2000.
Oh, that's so late. Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that is late.
Because like PlayStation 1 and like PS2 was almost out by then.
Yeah, you're right.
Xbox was 2001. So
yeah. See, mine was just like the Nintendo 64, which is still in my dad's house. And he still plays GoldenEye. 007. That was there before I was born.
Damn.
Like, that's this older sibling than I. It's an older sibling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're the pet.
I'm the pet.
You're the pet of the family.
The Nintendo 64 is actually doing a podcast at the moment. And it's like, oh, you know how you grow up with a Meg?
Yeah.
Yes, I am the youngest.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that does make you the pet. The pet of the family. Goes older brother's Nintendo 64, pet Meg.
Yes.
Did they take you for walks? Did they feed you right? Did you have a healthy coat?
I was the youngest, so by then my parents were like, if she chucks a tantrum, I have no energy. She can eat Parmesan cheese out of the tub if she wants to. I'm not going to force this kid to eat vegetables.
Do you mean the powdered stuff?
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
did
God.
eat it. Because my parents were parents for like 14 years before they were my parents. So by the time I came around, they were like, nah.
Wait, so what's the age gap?
14 years between me and my oldest brother.
Okay, but like your brother now.
7 years between me and my middle brother.
Okay, and how many kids?
3.
Oh, so they just had a kid every 7 years.
Every 7 years, yeah, they're obsessed with 7. It's the holy number.
Yeah, that's nuts. They're like the opposite of Catholics.
Yeah.
Wow. They're like, okay, we've got one into the second grade. Time to have another. That's crazy. Oh my God. Okay, so you had the Nintendo 64 growing up. Was there many consoles in the household?
Yes.
Considering you had older brothers, they would have been able to purchase.
Yes.
Yeah.
So another thing about my family is that we're a large family. So my mum is one of 15 children. So I have a lot of cousins. So we would always get hand-me-downs like GameCubes. We had a PS2. We got a Wii and a Wii Fit. I think like the next game I played though after Super Mario Brothers was obviously The Sims, and it was so all-consuming. Like, it was my brother's game, but he only got it because it was popular.
Yeah,
and then he
yeah.
realized that there was no reward to it, because you didn't win The Sims.
Yeah.
You were just playing God. And my brothers,
which was the real winning feeling.
Yeah.
Being able to control people to your whims.
Yes. My brothers were just like, this is bullshit. This is so boring. And 7-year-old me was like, this is everything. I want to make people woohoo in the car. You remember woohoo?
Yep. Legitimately, every time I've had someone on the podcast and they've brought up playing The Sims, they've all been like, oh yeah, woohoo was like a sexual awakening.
What a way to expose me as never listening to your podcast.
Wow.
Because then I would have never said that.
No, it's fine. No, it's cool. Like, it's fine if you made Sims woohoo on a car.
I didn't just do that. I would also make them swim in the pool and delete the... Yeah.
Yeah, I did
Everybody also has said this on the podcast?
No.
Okay, I'm the first.
No, you and I are the only people who've ever admitted to that on the podcast.
Okay, psychos. Everybody's done it.
Yeah.
I would sometimes make Sims molded off people that I hate in real life and then make them swim and then delete the latter. Sweet satisfaction. It's like I'd see Natalie at school the next day and I'd be like, Natalie, you are dead to me in the only universe that matters.
This reminds me of an insane thing someone said to me in a workplace, like as an adult, where whenever someone was annoying her at work, she would write their name on a piece of paper and then chuck it in a freezer and then wait for it to get frozen cold and then just smash it into a million pieces. And
that's pretty psycho.
And she was like, and I'm done with them. And I was like, fucking excuse me?
What a
that is not normal.
mechanism.
Like, that is not normal behavior. Like,
yeah.
Whatever works for you, but telling someone that, like, I also had to make sure I didn't blow up too much at her. Because then I know what's going to happen.
Don't make me write your name.
And put it in the freezer. I'm like, well, why are you doing this for anyone?
Who would think to do that?
Yeah, I have no idea. I imagine a therapist might have told them. But an insane therapist, not a good one.
Yeah.
Like a zany one.
Yeah.
You know, like a zany therapist that goes zoinks every time you tell them a personal problem?
No, I actually have a really good therapist.
Yeah, well, congratulations. So do I. I actually... Just the idea of a therapist being like, oh, jinkies.
Yeah, people tell me these horror stories of like, oh, why don't you draw a picture of how you're feeling? I'm like, no, my therapist actually uses, psychological texts as a base for coping mechanisms. Why are you paying $300 to be told that? Yeah.
I think the only mistake my therapist has made was right at the start telling me I have an analytical brain, which makes therapy quite hard for me because I'm going to be analysing everything she does in order to improve. I'm like, well, why did you tell me that? Because now I know. Now I'm going to be aware of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, therapy's pretty cool. So the Nintendo Wii, you mentioned Nintendo Wii. Was that a hand-me-down or was that part of the Kevin Rudd stimulus?
No. So... Nintendo Wii was my mum's enduring attempt to become fit because, I grew up with a single mum and like she worked, she would not get home till like 7 p.m.
Oh, okay.
And like, the only meals we had time to eat were like microwave meals. And like, I look back, I'm like, how awesome. No one cooked. Yeah. I am so self-sufficient now. I don't know how to cook a goddamn thing. Yeah. But God, do I know how to use a microwave. Anyway, so she never had time to like exercise or get fit or anything. So one Christmas she was like, I bought us a Wii Fit and this is where I take my life back. This is where I become a fit mum. She used it twice. No. Yeah. On Christmas Day and Boxing Day.
Well, she certainly took her life back. Did she get you anything else with the Nintendo Wii?
Yeah.
Did you get the Smash Brothers on Nintendo Wii?
Yeah, we got Smash Brothers. We got Mario Kart. We got Zelda.
Yeah.
Because we've had Zelda on... Well, much like all the other games, we had Zelda on every console imaginable. I say we. I never played it, but I watched Alex play it because Alex is really good at it. Yeah. And I like, you couldn't be Zelda, you had to be Link. And I wasn't into being a boy.
Oh, okay. I was like, Yeah, no, that's you do have to be Link. Like that's
Why the fuck would
That's
I
the
want to be
playable
Link
character.
when I could be Zelda? But they don't let me.
yeah, that's fair. I can see how you'd rather be the princess who's being pined over
Yeah.
by a boy who will do anything to save her.
That's how I identify. Like
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least in Mario Kart you can be Princess Peach.
Yeah,
You know
of
what I
course.
mean?
Yeah, in Smash Brothers you could be Princess
You
Peach.
can be Princess Peach.
In Mario Tennis, you can be Princess Peach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With Zelda, it's like, okay.
In Mario Party,
Princess Peach.
you can be Princess Peach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Zelda, it's so stupid because you're like, yeah, I want to play. It's called Zelda. You assume you're going to play Zelda.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
The
yeah.
Legend of Zelda. And it's like, oh, I'm playing this fucking nobody called Link.
Yeah.
Who names their kid Link?
I don't know. He's an elf.
Get over it.
You know what? I just realized Smash Brothers. You can play as Zelda.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, we said Princess Peach. We should have said Zelda.
We should have said Zelda. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
That's the only time you feel alive. I mean,
Yeah.
like finally, the game I've always wanted.
Yes.
Just beating up Link.
Yeah, what a simp.
Keeps
Honestly,
them doing it.
I relate so much. Even with Princess Peach, like men who like, you know, risk their lives for me and they want to be my boyfriend. I'm like, no, you did the job. You saved me from Bowser. Now walk on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Bye.
Yeah.
See you later.
I didn't ask you to save me. You don't. How dare you expect me to be with you, you little Italian plumber?
You have strong thought. Are you excited for the Super Mario movie?
I just found out this very second that there was
There's
going to be a
one.
Super Mario movie.
With Chris Pratt voicing Mario,
Oh, what?
and he's not doing the accent.
Okay, I have never been more enraged.
I can
Today.
see it right now. Yeah. Your face has gone red. You've got steam blowing out your ears.
Snot's coming out of my nose. Why are we still casting Chris Pratt in movies?
I don't know.
There are so many other white guys
He's
that
doing
look
a lot of
just
voice
like
acting.
him. They're like, you know what? He has 2 kids. He loves his wife a little too much. Let's cast him in kids' movies.
Yeah, I guess. No, it's also voice acting, so he can do it from home, so he doesn't need to be on set. Which means he doesn't
pathetic.
need to get the jab.
The jab. Oh my God, is he an anti-vaxxer?
I think so. I would not say on the record, but the fact that all of it, with the exceptions... Actually, no, he must be getting it because he's doing a bunch of Marvel stuff. So he must be getting it.
Okay.
I just realized that then with Guardians of the Galaxy, he will need to
Yeah.
be getting it because Disney aren't allowing people who aren't vaccinated to be on their sets and
Good.
movies anymore.
Weed out the weak.
But yeah, I think so because I'm pretty sure the church is part of is very anti-vax amongst the other things that they're anti.
Yeah.
Gays
yeah.
and days.
Gays and days.
Abortions.
Blowjobs. God, church hates it.
No, no. Yeah, that might be a different thing. I was going to say the Catholic Church was all for blowjobs.
We went to different churches.
Yeah. Yeah, Catholic Church was, but only in certain situations, but blowjobs okay. But you had to they were a little secret. But yeah. Anyway, we went into, oh man, from Super Mario to the Catholic Church, sexually.
The natural progression of any conversation.
Well, it's not that hard now that Chris Pratt's involved in that conversation.
Yeah.
It's like the Wikipedia game. It's easy to get from one to the other.
Yeah, he's a gateway.
Yeah.
He's a gateway to all controversial topics.
Yeah. Speaking of controversial topics, would you like to get into the news?
Yes.
Okay, let's get into the news.
Okay.
It's a freaking news.
That took me somewhere.
Where did it take you, Meg? This week's episode of the news, Meg has taken somewhere. Where have you taken?
Just anything with technology. Because context to everybody. I'm a history teacher, but I'm not tech savvy. So whenever I'm like, kids, write this down, and they open, OneNote?
Yeah.
They opened OneNote, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, oh, it's where we write all of our notes. It's where all of our classes are. And I was like, that's fucking amazing. You guys are so good at this. And it's just like when anytime technology does something just a little left of field than like what are those old computers called? Commodore 64?
Yeah.
Because, you know, my family just kept all of their old electronics.
Yeah.
And we had the Commodore 64 for like 15 fucking years. And so whenever technology does something that's not a Commodore 64, I'm like, what the fuck is this world we're living in?
OneNote was around when I was in high school.
Bullshit.
No.
You're older than me.
I know. I definitely used it in grade 11, maybe grade 10. So it is at least 10 years old.
Bullshit. I thought it just came out like 2 years ago.
No.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, we used it in high school. That's what was blowing my mind. I was like, Meg, how did you get through all of high school and uni
and work at a private school
and not know about OneNote?
I would go
it's
as far
a really
to say
good system.
It's a medical miracle that I've made it as far as I've made it.
Yeah, this is mind blowing. You do screen recordings, you can do audio recordings, you can do transcripts from there. You don't have to save.
Yeah, it's amazing that people like get away with crimes these days, knowing how much technology, you know, like.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
We could accidentally be recording a crime right now.
God, I hope so. I want that on my resume.
All good?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So the news, there isn't a lot. The big one for this week, can't remember if I mentioned on last week's episode or not. So if I did, apologies. But you like reading?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the video game Hades won the Hugo Award for Best Video Game.
Okay.
And the Hugo Award is normally a literary award that's now added a video game category. And it's for sci-fi stuff. And I know you love sci-fi.
I do love sci-fi.
You talk about it all the time.
I do. Why did I whisper that?
Yeah, you're like,
context everybody. I whispered to Dan, I do.
Yeah, I was just like, I thought you was whispering, I don't know what to do. What is this bit?
No, I love sci-fi. Well, Witcher, I don't know if The Witcher got awards, but like, you know, I would say, not to discredit Hades, but I don't think they're an innovator with like literary crossovers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, no. What do you mean? Hades is its own game. It's not like based on a book or anything.
Oh, okay. That's much more impressive.
Yeah. It was just kind of like the Hugo Awards have now introduced a video game category for like science fiction and
well, that makes sense.
Fantasy.
Video games are literature. And video games that aren't The Sims, you know, it follows a cohesive storyline.
Yeah.
Making the player, the author, the agent of their own destiny. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would say it's more complex than silly old Mark Twain.
Oh,
Dare I say it?
Dare you say it?
Dare I say it?
Oh, thank God you're saying it and not me. No, you mentioned The Witcher. Season 2 came out. I have famously not watched any of that show.
Really? Why?
I don't know. When it came out, I was burnt out by the whole concept of 1 hour television.
And you were like, Henry Cavill, too handsome.
Too handsome. I can't stare at this man.
Yeah.
No, but I know you're a fan of The Witcher.
I am a huge fan of Witcher. I actually have the funniest story of all time.
Do tell.
About season 2. So, okay, everybody, as we know, some of you may know, we are living in a pandemic. And it's everywhere. And
for those in the future, it's the COVID-19 pandemic.
It's the COVID-19 pandemic. It's not the plague. We're not from the Middle Ages. That may shock everybody. So Christmas Day, my housemates texted me from the room that they live in saying, hey Meg, we are close contacts to a COVID-19 case. We were exposed last night. We haven't seen you. You've been in your room for all we know. But if you're still in your room, we're gonna leave to get tested. So if you don't want to quarantine with us on Christmas Day, fucking as if I do, you can leave and go somewhere else. And I was like, oh my God, So they're right. I wasn't exposed to them. And do you know why? Because the season 2 of Witcher came out and I bought a new vibrator. So I haven't left my bedroom for 3 days because I don't even know the storyline of Witcher. But I've watched it. Rigorously.
Go back to a few episodes.
Yeah, I've rewatched. And the new vibrator has like 25 different settings. So
what? Why?
Why? That's a stupid question.
You're right, it is.
The clitoris has like 1 million stem cells.
Yeah, stem cells.
I'm trying to relate to you. Don't you work in STEM? Has cells.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, Henry Cavill and the Vush vibrator saved my life during Christmas. Saved Christmas. Saved my life. This is why I didn't get COVID.
This is why, thank God. So if you too want to avoid the Omicron variant, what you need is new Vush vibrator. And
season 2 of The Witcher. And season 1. I've been watching both.
You went back.
I went back.
You went to see if
to specific scenes with Yennefer.
Okay. This sounds like a very horny show that I was not aware of.
I could not explain the plot line to you. I just know it's visually a delight.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I know what Henry Cavill looks like. I've seen some of the deviant art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a great story that I was not expecting.
Yeah, and it has everything to do with video games.
Yeah.
And the news. It could not be more
this
relatable.
was 100% video game news.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Because the two other big ones was one wasn't even a story. One was just about there's a new like Harry Potter game coming out next year.
Right.
But like it's set like you find out you're going to Hogwarts and like you go through all the thing like it's your own journey. So it's not Harry Potter, just set in the universe. And then people speculate and they're like, is this a good thing or is this gonna fail?
It sounds like
J.K. Rowling.
Pottermore, and also J.K. Rowling is a TERF. Why are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's kind of it. It's kind of like, and that's the whole argument. It's like, is her not being involved in this game at all, despite she will get royalties from it.
She will, yeah.
Is that enough for it to fail? But anyway, who's to say? It looks good.
Why are people... They don't want to let Harry Potter go. Like, yes, I read and reread the books. I, was on Pottermore, watched the movies. But, like, I don't get the Deathly Hallows tattooed on my wrist. I can let it go.
Yeah, because you're not a psychopath who gets...
Because I'm not a virgin, Dan.
You're not a psychopath who gets, like, wizard swastikas tattooed.
Yeah.
I saw the funniest thing the other day. I was in a cinema.
In a cinema.
I was in a cinema and I was about to watch a movie.
Right.
And that movie was The Matrix Resurrections.
Okay.
And there was a family next to us and a trailer comes on for that 20-year reunion.
Yeah.
That's being advertised everywhere. And a woman next to me assumed this was a new movie.
Idiot.
She was like, it's going to be all the characters, but 20 years later, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And you're like, what are you talking about? That's clearly, like, it says reunion special. Like, this is... Anyway, it was quite funny just watching this grown woman kind of, like, freak out in a way. But firstly, so nice to see someone of that age still find joy in the little things. Like, also, pretty envious. Wish I could feel that much for fucking anything.
But okay, I am so annoyed at Hollywood. Whatever happened to OC, not the show, original content. Hollywood is getting so lazy. They're like, fuck, what's a new movie concept? What's a new show concept? You know what we should do? It's been 12 years since this show was released. Why don't we put them all in the same room again and write, a lowbrow script or, you know, make them see each other allegedly for the first time in 12 years. But it's not the case. They probably hang out all the time. And all these normies will be like, oh my God, they're together again. It's so goddamn boring. Or like...
it's almost as if it's derived by data these days.
Yeah.
Instead of like... And they're not really taking any chances. They're just going, well, we've got all this data of what people are watching now.
Yeah.
So we know what they'll want to see in the future.
But no one likes sequels unless it's The Lion King or Princess Diaries 2. It's like, I don't want to see these people. I don't want to see the Friends cast who are now really old seeing each other again.
I mean, the Friends reunion, with the exception of the host, was quite a nice one.
Okay.
Because I feel like it had been enough time. But they also did interviews with like the producers and the show writers and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like... And that was my favorite part, mainly because they kept it in, was that the producer was like, no, you could never do this show with them as older people. Because the whole point of it is that it is a show about the point in your life when you're friends with your family.
Yeah.
And like they have families now. So like...
Right.
It would just suck because they can't be selfish. Like as soon as you're like a parent and stuff, you can't make the selfish decisions that you can.
Yeah, I guess.
But no, I agree. There is a lot of laziness happening in... I think it's called Hollywood. Yeah.
They just... Nostalgia is the brand right now. And I think it's so boring. And I like I would never go to a high school reunion. I don't want to see those fuckers now.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. Why would I want to see them?
I don't know.
I can look them up on Facebook.
No, that's true. Wait, how many years was it since you've... I actually might not want to declare that on a public forum.
Yes, I do. I want everyone to know everything about me. I graduated high school, 7 years ago? 7 or 8.
Are you 2 years younger than me?
Think so.
Yeah, then 7, because it's my 10 year next year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's a crazy time.
Also, 7 years. When I see people I went to high school with in public now, because we live in the smallest city in the world, I pretend I don't see them.
Yeah, okay, that checks out. Do you not have like any friends from high school?
Yeah, I have 2 and we see each other. But like other than that, I'm like, I don't want to know. Brandon, I assume you still like soccer, but I don't want to talk about it with you.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, don't do that. I don't know. I got my 10 year next year. I'm uncertain if I'm gonna go. So what's there to show? What is there to show?
The only people who go to reunions are people who like had a stint on a reality show or people who are really successful Brisbane comedians.
Yeah,
so
okay, so am I doing a reality show at the beginning of next year?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, but I'm the one that perplexes. I'm the intruder and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, where I'm not a celebrity.
Yeah.
And literally nobody in the jungle knows who I am.
But they are so polite and they don't want to look like they don't know anybody. So they're like, oh, Dan, I loved you on your last thing.
Yeah. Well, this one's like, I loved you. Just a bunch of people declaring that they used to love me. But it ended so strangely and this is really hard. I can't spend any more time with you on the show.
And your talking head is just like a lot of X's in this jungle.
Yeah. I can't get voted out because I'm technically not a celebrity.
Yes.
So like, yeah, that's the catch card. Like they've thrown me in, but like, yeah, you can't use the phrase, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, because you're not a celebrity.
Yeah.
So if you go in, you have to stay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you don't raise money for charity, you just raise money for yourself.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to take the others down.
Everybody hates you.
That'd be good. But yeah, no, you're right. I should attend. But no, the nostalgia thing was that was actually strangely the other article was that like how playing video games from when you were a kid reconnects you to yourself and reminds you of, I don't know, it's a strange thing where I hear it sometimes, but like I know it works for some people where like they go to therapy and like, oh, I don't know what's wrong, I'm just not happy anymore, and like the therapist will be like, what was something that you did in a period of your time when you were happy, and then they'll just say something like, we'll just do that,
Yeah.
And that helps reconnect that part of their brain and
yeah.
and it works. So that's essentially all it's saying. So like you could play a Nintendo 64 again and you could still be shitty.
Yeah, but it wouldn't make me happy because I still wouldn't be Princess Zelda.
No.
In The Legend of Zelda.
Won't be Nintendo 64. It might be the 2 days that you had a Nintendo Wii Fit where you were turning your life around.
No. Mum was turning her
right.
life
Yeah.
around.
Okay. Yeah.
How dare you assume my life is not around?
Yeah, you're right. I am wrong to assume that based off of all the conversation.
I saved my own life this week, Daniel.
Oh, really? Do tell.
I just told you about Witcher and my new vibrator.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You were there.
I was there. That's right. I was there for that story. And then just connecting everything in my head from Instagram stories I'd been sent. And yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Putting it all together. I'm like, whew, thank God. Thank God. But yeah, no, that's it. That's it for the news this week, which moves us on to the big topic of...
Yep.
I thought you were interrupting me to say so.
No, I'm waiting for you to tell me the big topic.
The big topic of the week, which is games were played in large groups of boys.
Oh my God. I have a PhD in that. So yeah, we're aware of the new Halo game.
Yeah, we are aware of the new Halo game.
Have we already discussed the new Halo game?
Only in little bits. I've played
Only
more of the
little
campaign now, and the campaign's very fun. I'm getting used to it because there's a couple of new mechanics which I'm not super used to. It's got like a grappling hook now, like in Zelda.
I thought you were about to say like my new vibrator.
Yeah.
Couple of new settings.
It's a couple of new settings. It's got 25 settings.
Yeah.
Your Master Chief, he does whatever you need him to. He's a real hero like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been enjoying it. I keep on forgetting that I now have 3-dimensional movement because he has a grappling hook, so you can swing out of stuff. And that's something I think as I play more of it, I'll get more used to it. Where it's starting to click now, where I get cornered and I keep on dying. I'm like, what am I doing? I can just swing out of this situation like Spider-Man.
Okay.
It's not like the old Halo games where you just have to jump around to try and avoid blasts. Like you can rapidly move.
Okay.
Which is quite good.
Very
But no, Halo is a game, as a series that we've both spent a lot of time in large groups of boys playing.
Yeah, we have. I wouldn't say I was playing though. So how I was introduced to the new Halo game is that I met a guy on Hinge.
Yeah.
And he asked me out. And he was like, "Oh, do you want to just?" I really appreciate this. He's like, "Do you want to come to mine and play Halo?" And I was like,
I'm gonna start using that. I'm gonna start using that as my Hinge.
Yeah, see, because I have like the world's lowest standards. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he talked to me. Yes.
I'm gonna save so much money now on just not going to bars and
buying
I know. Drinks.
I was like, oh, the COVID's around. Of course, I don't want to go to a bar. Of course, I will go to this random man's house
to play Halo.
Turns out, it wasn't just me and him. It was him and all of his housemates and friends playing Halo, and I was the only girl, and I was just watching them play Halo, and they didn't even really talk to me.
This is amazing.
They did in increments, but it was just like, oh, do you want to go? And I was like, absolutely fucking not. Yeah. But because I knew
would you like a go?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying they're like, oh, do you want to go? And you're like, no, I want to stay right here in this dream situation.
In this dream situation where you're drinking Mountain Dew, eating chips, and swearing at the TV. That is exactly what I want to do. Yeah. But because I knew I would be on this podcast, I was like, all right, boys, talk me through the new Halo. Why is it special? What's the narrative? So I wrote notes on my phone. You took notes? Okay. And it's the notes title
the reporter
is
on the ground, Meg Jäger.
Yes, the notes title is just called New Halo, and these are my 5 dot points I've made. Okay. I'm just going to read them out as are. 500 years in future, aliens, Nazi. Halo is the ring that surrounds planet. Open world. Aliens are douches. Aliens are religious fanatics. So that's all the research that I got for the
That's
movie.
all you.
That's
That's good. That's a good amount of research.
Do you understand the game now?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, spoilers for the rest of the campaign, which I haven't played yet. I can't believe that the aliens are douches the entire time. Like that's.
I know, we did not see that coming. I thought it would be like this interspecies love story, to be honest.
In some cases, it is.
Yeah, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought like this guy I met on Hinge, he's obviously inviting me over because the Halo story is like really raunchy and sexy.
Yeah.
It was not.
Nothing.
And like,
let's just say the Voosh did not come out that night.
It did not come out. And I even gave him the benefit of the doubt. You know, I rock up to the date and all these men are here and I was like, I haven't done this before, but
yeah.
you know, we could get around this. But no. No one objectified me. I don't think anyone registered that I was a woman.
Oh, had you strapped down or something?
Yeah, it's just Halo. It must be such a good game because like the atmosphere of the room did not seem to change by me walking in full of straight guys.
Yeah, it 100% can do that. Like I've seen, like we'll have ordered. Not to, I just realized what I was going to say, and the comparison is fucked. People not taking a break to eat. Like we've had hot food delivered and we're like, no, I'm playing. And like nothing. And we're like, hey man, like this is the thing you specifically requested. And they're like, I'm not interested. Like I just want to win this multiplayer. Yeah, because we used to do like LAN parties and stuff, which was great. Like we'd all go
LAN parties.
Yeah. So like whenever someone's parents were away and we're old enough to just house it, like no parties, and we're like, okay. And then like everyone would just come over with like TVs and stuff, and we'd play video games and watch movies.
To say you were a virgin in high school, you know, it's like
just saying,
parents are away. I could have sex in my childhood bedroom. No, I'm having a LAN party. Meg,
let's just say this was a post-Glee world. I was able to do both. So, no biggie. No biggie. Yeah. It was a pretty cool time.
2 in 1, LAN party. And boys, this is what we're doing after.
Yeah, okay. So we're doing a LAN party. Okay, fellas, you just got to be... just telling her, like, hey, you got to be out of here by like 6:30 because that's when the fellas come around for LAN. So, let's just make this a quickie, okay?
Not a problem for me personally, but you toots, you got to wrap it up.
You got to wrap it up, otherwise you're going to have to sit around in a room full of straight men not paying any attention to you, including moi, okay?
God, I'm laughing because this is too real.
This is too real.
I'm laughing not because it's a fantasy scenario. I'm laughing because I've been, you know, come on toots. let's quicken the pace.
Let's quicken the pace. We got the boys coming around for Halo. But we're gonna go sell some skulls and blood gulch. So let's move a little bit quicker, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry that has happened to you, mate.
Not specifically in the Halo context, but you know, you can apply this anywhere.
Yeah, just to someone asking you to hurry up.
If it's not Halo, it's cricket.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do love cricket. The fellas love cricket, they love Halo, they love their LAN parties.
The fellas love to be with the fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah. They love to be with the fellas. They love to watch the fellas on the TV playing sport or playing Aliens.
Yeah.
It's just like men, there is nothing more gayer than straight men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah. We're like, that's true. Like, we're just blokes who love to hang out.
Yeah.
And not talk about emotions. You know, we like to repress those.
Yeah. Like, I'll have sex if I have to, but not if it interrupts the schedule with the fellas.
Yeah. They're my boys. Like it is quite funny because literally what I'm doing, despite being a sober person, is this afternoon going on a pub crawl with pretty much everyone who I was mates with in high school.
And you're sober. God, that's insane.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. I love not drinking. It's truly the best. It's that's the game I've been playing.
Yeah,
being myself.
That's so funny because with the girlies, so the polar opposite to the fellas is the girlies, as we all know. With the girlies, if you're all out with the girlies and like you get a text from a guy you like being like, come over, the girlies like, girl, go, like abandon us.
Yeah.
You gotta, you know, this is your pussy we're
I've
talking
got to start
about.
texting people. I've got to start doing. That's what I've learned from that situation.
Yeah.
I've got to start doing. I don't think I've ever sent one of those texts.
I've sent many a text.
Interesting.
But it like with it to a man, it's just like I'm with the fellas.
Yeah.
But when they text me, I'm like, I've dropped everything
To come around here.
just to have, you know, 12-minute sex.
Fun. Yeah.
Because, you know, they're on a schedule.
They're on a schedule. The cricket's on in 9 hours.
The cricket's on at 9. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. That's what we're learning here today. If you're on Hinge,
I have the lowest standards.
yeah, if you're on Hinge and you see someone called Meg and you feel like that could be the same Meg from this podcast.
You'll know it's my Hinge account because my first Hinge photo is my STI results and they're negative.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, a lot of people put on Hinge that they're vaccinated, and like I do as well, but I'd put my STI results, so I don't have gonorrhea or chlamydia.
You like to let people know that you're clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but you know, just let her know, like, hey, do you want to come around and play some Halo? Play.
And I will
I
begrudgingly
want to start
say
trying
yes.
this. I want to try this on Hinge and just be like, hey, you want to come around and play some Halo?
I think I'm a really bad metric. Like,
yeah, I know.
I have the lowest standards.
I know.
I think there are some self-respecting women out there.
I just feel like burning some bridges that necessarily haven't been built yet, you know?
Whereas me, I'm like, I love these men.
What is the worst that could happen? The worst case scenario is someone actually comes around and plays Halo.
And you're like, I am that guy.
Yeah, you're like, oh no.
The metric now, you know how it's like, men used to be like, you know, there are men and then there are Hitler. The new metric is like, there are men and then there are men who date Meg. If I'm the type of guy who Meg would date, I'm a bad person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope there's like a couple out there listening right now. Listening to that. Sorry, fellas, Meg's got low. Yeah, no, this has been very enlightening. But yeah, no, so Halo, other games from your childhood, you said you played Nintendogs earlier and Pokemon.
Nintendogs.
So you like animals. She's into nature.
Nintendogs, that was a really big controversy in my family because Nintendogs, when you get the DS, you get a complimentary game to go with it.
Yeah.
And my mum, when she was Christmas shopping that year, was like, knows nothing about games and just sees dogs. And we are a dog family. We've, you know, had many staffies throughout, you know, the times we've been a family. And mum was like, oh, Meg loves dogs. I know this to be true. I'll get the game that has dogs in the title.
Yeah.
Anyway, I played it and my brothers were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You have a dog. The more you play this game, the less you play with our dog. And it just like, it was tearing the family apart. I'm not even going to discuss Nintendogs because I don't want anyone from my family
finding
to think
out
that I'm dishonoring Jesse's memory. That was the dog's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jesse. R.I.P.
Sorry, Jesse.
R.I.P. a legend.
May she rest in peace.
You would have loved this podcast.
God, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
No, I think the most notable game from my childhood, it was Banjo-Kazooie. Do you remember playing Banjo-Kazooie?
I do remember Banjo-Kazooie. Great game.
Batshit. It was batshit. I actually never got past, I think, the third level because there was a shark in the water.
Oh, right.
And I had,
you know, safety first.
Safety first. But like you had to get past the shark in the water in order to progress to the fourth level. But the shark was like, I don't know. I don't have great fine motor skills. I still don't. And I especially didn't when I was 7 or 8. And my brother Alex, this is like one thing he would not do. He usually would be like, I'll get past that level for you. Yeah. But he wouldn't do it for Banjo-Kazooie. He was like, you have to do this on your own. This will be your magnum opus. And I haven't.
She's never done it. Well, I don't know if she's still in contact with the guys who were playing the new Halo, but sounds like they've got Xbox Game Pass, which means you could play Banjo-Kazooie again. Are you serious? Yeah, it's on there. Really? There's like remastered version stuff. So the graphics would be sick. Yeah.
Because back then it was like
Or
just cubic.
if you know someone with a Nintendo Switch who's got the Nintendo Switch online subscription set to the Nintendo 64 remasters, it's just been added to there as well.
Bullshit. That's crazy.
Actually, you could do it. You could just sign up to Game Pass for a month, Game Pass Ultimate, and it could be cloud-based. Let's have a look.
But I don't have any devices anymore. I just have a phone.
Yeah, you can play Game Pass on your phone.
What?
You can play Xbox games on your phone.
I'm learning so much about technology today.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
The cloud is insane. It's not embarrassing. I very quickly was just like, you know what? I should not link it. I should not just limit myself to just people who play video games.
Do we think we could link Banjo-Kazooie to my new vibrator that has 25 different settings?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so you could play Banjo-Kazooie on your phone.
Holy shit.
And it's got touch controls.
Oh my god.
Or you could spend like $80 on an Xbox controller and you can sync it up via Bluetooth.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be like more attractive to men.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. Who would want to be attracted to men? That would be such a...
It's already such a burden.
Yeah. We both know it, you know? It's happens all the time. Just attracted to anyone, really. You know, I hate it when people come up to me and just say, Dan, you're the most attractive person ever. And I'm like, tell me something I do know.
Yeah. We are the most hard done by people in Brisbane.
Thank you. Fine. That's the name of the episode title.
Yes. Wait, did the podcast know we live in Brisbane?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember if I said local comedian or local Brisbane comedian at the start.
Right. Okay. And just adding, Dan lives on 72 Fire Parade.
Yep.
Mango Crescent. Postcode 3176.
Please send gifts, like gifts, nothing with peanuts, in case I'm no longer living here because I'm renting and I have an anaphylactic, and whoever does live here has an anaphylactic reaction to peanuts.
Yes.
So no peanuts, please.
No peanuts, but penis.
Maybe.
Dick pics.
Dick pics. Vibrators. We did it. We got the
Circle back.
Circle back. I mean, Banjo had that red bird. Was it red bird Kazooie? And and that had multiple functions because it shot different types of eggs.
Yes.
Fire eggs, ice eggs.
Eggs. I have eggs.
Yeah.
In my... What do I do? How does the female body work? What do we
don't. This feels like a trap.
No, I really want to know. Do I release an egg every month? Is that how I work?
Yeah.
And that's my period?
Yeah. If it's not fertilized, it falls into the...
It falls into... And it's not like fertilized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I use contraception.
This feels like such a fucking trap.
It's not. I respect
Why are you doing this?
Dan, don't answer.
Why are you making me put on recorded medium explaining to you, a woman, how the female reproductive system works?
It just feels so weird that I say that I have eggs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
The thing that always blows my mind, and under certain substances can make me lose control a bit, as in like I just... the idea that a woman is born with all of her eggs.
What?
Yeah. So you don't produce any more of your lifetime. So at what point did I first exist?
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I was like, well, technically, I definitely, like, part of me would have existed when my mother was born.
Yeah.
But my grandmother was born with all of her eggs. So therefore, my mother was there, and I was technically part of, like, at what point?
Dan, this is too cerebral for a tax podcast.
Yeah, you're right. The government's like, hey, man, I don't think this is gaming enough.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
So I've always had all my eggs.
Yeah. You will only lose eggs. You'll never gain eggs.
What the fuck?
How was my sex education at an all-boys private school better than yours?
Okay, I went to school in very suburban Northside Brisbane, Christian school. Okay. Do you know what our sex education was? Don't do it.
Yeah, actually,
and
to be fair,
showed us like little pictures of like tiny hands and feet. They're like, this will be the size of the baby if you abort it.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me how. I still don't know how sex works. Like, does the penis go in my nose?
Yeah.
I don't know.
For some people, it can. No, I was going to say, actually, yeah, to be fair, my sex ed teacher was a woman in her mid-40s who had a son around our age who was just giving us the sex ed that she'd want him to receive over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And then the rest of my sex ed wasn't by the sex ed teachers. It was by the biology teachers who were women in their 20s.
Good.
It were just like, let's make sure we send at least 60 men into the world kind of aware of what it's all about.
Yes. You will not make a woman orgasm. Maybe ever.
You guys will never do that. That is not one of your skills, okay?
But you will die trying.
Yeah. This is the hill that you should die on.
Yes.
But you may not be successful in your mission.
Yes.
You know, I am proudly still never able to make a woman finish. 26 years old, never made a woman finish. It's pretty cool. Can't wait to do it one day. Can't wait to finally.
You could invest in a vibrator I know about.
Yeah, okay. But that's not really me doing it. It's, it's...
But, you are watching TV when you use the remote control. The remote control isn't watching the TV. You get it?
There we go.
There's a loophole. There's a loophole.
Interesting. I think that's pretty much everything. That's pretty much everything I had to chat about.
What did you just check?
I just checked how long it'd been going for because I wasn't quite sure, but it's been going a perfect amount of time.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is a fun little holiday length episode.
Yes.
Meg, is there anything that you would like to plug before finishing up?
My tits.
Cool.
They're perfect. Perfect size. Perfectly perked. They're not overly large, but like I said, they're perky. Like if you saw them, they would be like, oh, that's cleavage.
Yeah. You know 'em. You if you saw them, you're like, those are boobs.
Those are boobs.
Yeah.
I can't mistake them for anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? Just that.
No, I have nothing going on. I might be moving house next month, so I'm going to plug if anybody would like to help me move house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Sounds good. I'm sure there's a lot of fellas who listen to this, so you never know.
A lot of fellas.
If they look you up, they'll be. You might get some help there. For me, nothing really, anything to plug. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my god, thank you for having
the
me.
podcast.
Thank
Meg.
you for teaching me about the female anatomy.
Fuck you. I didn't want to do it.
But I had to.
I didn't have to either. You were just. Oh god damn it.
We have fun, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We have a fun back and forth. Anyway, if you like the podcast, like and share, review on whatever. You can review on Spotify now, which is great. But until next time, keep on gaming that system. Bye.